What is up, bros? With Josh here, and welcome to episode 3 of our free-to-play challenge. Our challenge, we're going all the way to tier 10 without spending a dime on this game, and along the way giving you some tips and tricks to help you keep this game as free-to-play as possible, because the game has so many nice little things that you can get free, and I want to give you guys as much info as possible to help you along the way. As you see, we have made some pretty good progress so far. We have our War Spite, which we got last episode by playing a tier 6 game, and we've actually gotten some pretty good progress. We're up to the tier 8 already. We will be catching up with some other episodes, but something is pretty timely, so I wanted to give you guys as much info as possible, and this was one I had planned on making later in the series, which is events. So events are usually tied to some kind of line release, a new line release, and these usually happen either every update or they happen every other update, or just are tied to some kind of event, and basically it's just extra stuff you get to do while just playing the game. As you can see, if you go into the armory, assuming you have it unlocked so far, there's even stuff for the last line release, which is the European destroyers. These usually hang out for one more update past the time that they were live, but the Soviet cruisers is the new one, and this has a lot of cool things. But in this video, I want to go over what I would focus on getting with these, what I would prioritize getting, your tokens and everything, and what I would look for, because throughout this series I will label things as gold mine. I will use that word a lot, and this is something that you can really use to really help you stay free to play, as well as just get a bunch of good rewards, camos, premium time, premium ships, and let's break it down. One of the first things you will get is a notification as you log into the game, and this is just saying, hey, this is what's going on, this is what the event is, and a little bit more information there. But one of the first main things you will get is actually the starting of daily shipments. And these are simply as that. If you log in daily, every day you will get, as long as the server resets in the morning, you will get free stuff. And these things may not seem like a lot, but again, you don't even have to do anything. Even if you don't want to play that day, or you can't play that day, it's actually worth just hopping on simply to log in and collect your rewards. This is free stuff, and really, just by doing that, I'll show you how much that can kind of turn into later once we dive into the armory and see the kind of the quote-unquote store you can buy stuff in. But just hopping on, getting those daily shipments. Right now we have the two, not only the new player one, which is going on, which everyone should be getting if you started along with this series in episode 1. But we've actually gotten some doubloons and some nice stuff through that. And as you can see at the bottom, we can even get some free premium time. And it's a lot of really nice stuff you can just get for this. It's not a ton, but again, it all adds up. So once you have collected your daily shipments, the main thing that's going to come along with these updates and these events is some kind of directive or campaign or some kind of thing you can get. And really, you just have to start playing. And again, as you see, we've already even finished number 1, but what will end up happening is there will be directives or challenges or something tied to it that you will basically just play the game, and then you will be able to progress through. And this one is actually kind of nice because it's fairly easy stuff. Doing a bunch of damage, you'll just get that by playing. Get a main battery hits, secondary hits, again, just playing. All these are just playing. And if you just continue to play, it doesn't even matter if you even take extra flags. This is something you can get by just playing. And then all these little rewards will add up. Again, these Soviet cruisers, most of these will have some kind of crate tied to the event as well, and we'll dive into that in a little bit too. But this one, it was fairly easy, and most of the time they are time gated, again, as the recording of this video. 17 hours to the next one, so usually you have about 5-6 days to get each directive done, since it breaks down to spreading out throughout the entire update. But this one is going to be a little bit time gated. Then so tomorrow we will be able to start this, and then again a week after that. These ones are usually pretty quick, and then a week after each one. Normally they get a little bit harder. As you can see, comparing number 1, it's doing what is that, 1 million damage, and then the last one is going to be doing even more damage, so almost double that. So they usually do get harder as it goes, but again, you have tons of time to get this done. It's no real rush. It's not a race. And if you really want to play a lot that week, you can even get some extra rewards here. This is going to be for the top 50 if you're playing a lot. Guaranteed reward, even if you're playing. So again, just some nice extra bonuses just for playing. But one of the main things we do want to talk about is with the Soviet cruisers, just for example for this one, is what these containers actually are. So by just earning these containers through the directives, you're going to start getting a new currency. And a new currency is going to happen pretty much every update. It's just something to set it apart from everything else. And yes, there is lots and lots of currencies. You have free XP to worry about. You have doubloons to worry about. You have credits to worry about, coal, steel, and then an event campaign. Trust me, it's a lot, but once you kind of get the idea of it, it will be a lot easier. Trust me. But throughout this, we're just going to stick to the Soviet tokens, or quote unquote the event tokens, and these are fairly easy. And basically once you get those containers, the more you play, obviously the more you get, because you unlock more and more. And you can get these through the daily shipments, you can get these through the directives, and you will then be able to go to the armory. And once you go to the armory, you will be able to scroll down on the left side and look at the Soviet Cruiser tab. So here we go as the Soviet Cruiser tab, and here is everything you can buy. This is kind of when you used to go to an arcade and you got all your tickets, and you went to go buy all the cool stuff. This is basically that. So there are some things, as you can see right now on our account, we have 105 so far, and there is some RNG to how many tokens you can get in those containers. I believe you can get from 5 all the way to 300 or something like that, so it is kind of a big range. We were getting a lot of 5s, 10s, and a couple 15s throughout some of them, but really it seemed to be 5 or 10 on normal. But there are several things to get here, and normally what is kind of tied to this is some kind of premium ship, and this is something I really try to press on people. Play enough to get the premium ship. And as you can see here, we have the tier 5 premium ship. That's a free premium ship you will get just for playing. However, though, there are some other things I will kind of go over that will kind of weigh your decision, and kind of what I will be going for throughout this series. However, it's a little bit different. But normally there is some kind of premium ship tied to this, a free premium ship, which is nice. We've had things all the way up to tier 8, tier 9 ships tied to events, all the way down to tier 5. So tier 5 premium ships are nice, especially for newer players, because it does give you some more experience. However, though, there is potentially a nice little trade-off here if you plan on playing a lot, so I will go over that in just a bit. But as you can see right here, you can buy the chance of getting more tokens if you want to unlock everything, just through 500 a piece. We opened all 100 of these on stream, just using my main account's doubloons, so you guys don't have to spend them. So right now, as a new player and in this series, I would highly recommend not spending doubloons on this at all. It's definitely not worth it. But really, let's dive into what else is available. So just don't worry about this at all. Just focus on the free tokens you will get for playing. And with this one, this is kind of how I prioritize all the rewards in the events, and I like to go for premium ships first. If you can get a premium ship, that is awesome, and I highly recommend going for that. And then for a new player, I would really go for, if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, I would go for stuff like premium time. Premium time is such a good thing to have in this game. It makes it's so much easier. As you can see, the 450,000 credits for 50 of these, and just for 25 more of these tokens, you can get a day of premium. That is the amount of time it would really only take. We have our war spite right now. It would take 2 games in our war spite with premium time to make up that 450,000 credits. Potentially, we can even do it with 1. I mean, it's fairly easy to do it with 1, but for a newer player, you could really just get that many credits. So kind of avoid this value. The price per credits that Wargaming puts on this game is really off. So premium time is always that. So again, I would go for premium ship, premium time. Then I'm going to start looking for certain flags. Flags are really nice. And then for a newer player, you're going to want to start looking at maybe some extra camos if you have that. And then after that, you have like the tech tree ships that are available up here, and then permanent camos. Now, for me as a veteran long-term player, I would go a little bit more for the collectible stuff. This is the permanent camos for this. But again, completely different mentalities for a veteran player, because a veteran player is going to have a ton of premium time. A veteran player is going to have a ton of credits, ton of flags, ton of camos just from playing. However, for this new account, I'm looking at 2 main things. Can I get a free premium ship, which we can, and can I get premium time? Super good. And so this is also one of the main things I will it's going to be the question on to you. So I would save up either my 300 points for the premium ship, or I would save up, and this is going to be the big decider, is how much are you going to play. So the difference is, do I get a free premium ship or do I get 4 days of premium time? And one thing I would do, especially in the current situation we all have going on in the world right now, people are probably gonna be able to play a lot at home. So if you are playing a lot during each session, I would buy 1 day of premium at a time. That's what I'm going to be doing. If you are doing big long sessions, maybe playing 10, 15, 20 games during a day, you're going to get much more out of a day of premium time throughout that time. But again, I wouldn't buy all 4 days at once. I would buy it 1 day at a time. And then if you are basically only being able to play 2, 3, 4 games a day, or a couple games every day or something like that, something very limited, you're actually going to get more out of the premium ship. So that's going to be the difference right there. Now, if this was a tier 6 or a tier 7 ship, I would say definitely go for it. Since this is a tier 5, the amount of damage you're probably going to get out of it and the credit earnings are not going to be crazy high. That's the reason why I'm weighing the premium time before. So if you are a very, very casual player, probably going to get a little bit more out of this premium ship because you're going to have that forever. You can get your daily win, you can get your captain, you can get all that kind of stuff. A nice little setup here. If you are going to play a lot over this update in 4 different days, you will get much more out of premium time here. So again, on my account, I will be passing over the premium ship and picking up premium time. Again, that is completely up to you. So instead of that, I'll be going for premium days 1 day at a time if I know I'm going to play a lot, and then probably picking up some flags here, maybe even some camos, because these camos are nice to use on first time wins, which we'll do in a later episode. But yes, there's a lot to go on here, but I hope these tips kind of help you guys out. Again, these events are absolute gold mines. If you are a player and you are playing during these, remember, there are daily shipments to pick up, there are daily rewards, there's all kinds of stuff on top of everything else before, and just leveling up your account. Hope you guys are having a really good time out there. But these are the things, and I know there's not gonna be any gameplay in this video, but this was a pretty timely one, and since the event just started, I want to give you guys as much info as possible on what to focus on getting. Again, focus on premium ships, get that stuff, just go out and play the game. You'll get this overall, and kind of want to give you some tips on how to just navigate this whole armory, because it can be fairly confusing. Again, with these new tokens you will earn over time by getting those containers, you'll get to the Soviet cruiser tab down below. This is in the armory, and you'll just scroll down, and then again, are you going to play a lot? You'll get more out of premium time. Are you going to play a little bit over a long time? Then probably the premium ship is good. So just save those tokens. Again, if you get 100 tokens, you don't need to spend the 100 tokens. You can save up, get that 300, and then keep going. One of the big kind of baits, if you will, or kind of waste of these are going to be future tech tree ships. So, and again, as a newer player, permanent camos for some of these really aren't that worth it. You're not really going to get much value out of that. Again, you will get much more value out of the stuff below. So I would hold off on spending any kind of tokens on this. If you do play enough and get lucky enough, you can definitely pick up the tier 5 premium and get some premium time and all that kind of stuff and focus on flags and whatnot. I mean, again, just for this, 50 tokens right here, 450,000 credits. If you unlock the Warspite through the referral code and you use 1 Zulu flag and have a decent game, you're going to earn more credits than this ever was, and you have 9 more Zulu flags after that. So that's just how crazy the value, Wargaming puts value on credits. There's a lot of stuff going on. But anyways, guys, I know this episode really was kind of just full of info and me talking, but these events are gold mines. They're literal gold mines to get some free stuff and what really to look for, and kind of just log in, get your free stuff, start working on that, and then what to kind of focus on and give you the best advantage to stay free to play as long as we go. But tons more episodes. I know these episodes are kind of been delayed from release, and I'm going to try to speed them up here now that my schedule's kind of even out a little bit. So going to really focus on that. As you see, we're all the way to the tier 8, so we need to catch up on a few of them. There's lots of information coming. I think I have like a list of 15 episodes I want to make right now. So trust me, they are coming as fast as possible, and you should see them in a more regular basis here coming soon. Anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.